Cut the lights off. No, it's mine. Yeah, I'm good. No, it's mine.
Had to slide through real quick. We're back active like we never left. Ace time, Texas streets in full effect. I'm making my rounds, moving through the city. Friday night energy different. Hit a few locations, but I had to park it in the cut and tap in with y'all about the latest twist in this whole 50 Cent versus Let's Rap About It podcast situation. Because earlier today, he hopped online, dropped footage of Jim Jones kicking doors in, and even flashed what looked like eviction paperwork right there on the screen. Then he circled back later and said straight up, "I'm a business partner, I own the spot, Sam is my partner, I own it, and you're fixing every door you kicked or I'm kicking you out by Monday because you tearing up my property." Jim Jones fired back saying, "Hold up, give me a second, I'm figuring out what I need to promote while I got the spotlight." It felt like he was basically saying, "Low, cool, news on the way." And listen, I gotta be honest with Jim right here. The smartest move might really be to spin it into promo while the cameras are hot. But if 50 Cent is telling the truth, as he claims, then this confirms what folks were already speculating. Either he's tight with the landlord or he's getting direct footage sent to him. This kind of footage doesn't just appear out of thin air. And when he says he owns part of it, you almost have to take that seriously, because how else would he know about the back rent, the squatting rumors, the lights getting cut off? How would he be that detailed unless there's some real access there? Now, some people think maybe it's strategic, like they're both benefiting from the back and forth promo, but honestly, I don't see 50 playing it that way. I think 50's standing next to somebody with receipts. Somebody is feeding him real-time footage. For Jim Jones, this is not a good look. I'm just keeping it 1,000. Personally, I wouldn't even care if somebody is late on rent or locked out of their spot. That's grown man business. But once it hits the blogs, it turns into 50 trying to deflate everything you're building. And let's be real, the Let's Rap About It podcast isn't even chasing viral headlines. They talk about life, experience, and general topics. There's a lane for that, especially for artists who already had rap careers and built fan bases. It's a different vantage point. Seasoned voices telling old stories and giving game. That part is solid. But perception? Girl, perception gets ugly when you're beefing with 50 Cent. 50 is not about to let up. I don't see an ounce of chill in this situation. We all heard that phone call 50 had about Jim. I thought Jim cleaned it up after that, but if the dates line up, maybe not. He was even wearing the same outfit in his response that he had on in the door-kicking footage. Same clothes, same timeline. Crystal clear camera too, like 4K or 8K clear. Neighbors stepping out into the hallway asking what's going on. Multiple doors are getting kicked in. Looks like several units side by side. And from what people are telling me, that's the same location they filmed Let's Rap About It. So I'm leaning toward that being the spot, especially since they said it was in the Bronx. Maybe it's another building, we'll see. But Jim, you gotta tighten up, bro. I'm just being real. I know how it goes. People try to stretch payments, finesse the system. We'll handle it when the money touches. Everybody has tried to juggle bills before. But if they're telling you straight up you're out of the building unless you pay, then you gotta pay. That's just the reality, especially when somebody like 50 Cent is locked in on you, because this is what he does. 50 will spend money just to prove a point. And the crazy part, he rarely actually loses because he flips it into brand promo. I honestly think at this stage, when 50 beefing, he's testing analytics. He probably throws a post up thinking, let me see how my followers jump, how my streams move, how the engagement spikes. And that right there decides whether he keeps pressing the gas or not. If the blogs keep reposting it, if the tags keep flying in, if everybody is eating it up, oh, trust me, he's doubling down. That's fuel for him. There's always a strategy behind it. He's playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. He's basically the poster child for the 5 C's in rap: controversy, chaos, confusion, conflict, and confrontation, all just to stay in the conversation and keep that algorithm spinning. And now folks are throwing crashing out into it too. But let's be clear, 50 wasn't crashing out here. He rarely crashes out in these scenarios. If anything, Jim Jones looked like the one spiraling in this moment. And then you got Curtis in real time with footage of doors getting kicked in. Bro, at that point, I'm not even talking about fixing doors. I'm just sitting back like, what is really happening right now? We're not getting diss tracks from 50. Scratch any idea of a versus with Fab. You can forget a face-off with T.I. too. 50 basically saying, line them up, I'll play the internet game all day. He knows he can outlast people online. He's got trolls, supporters, and people who think just like him moving in sync. He'll track down locations, dig up receipts, whatever it takes. But I will say this, if Jim Jones tightens up and gets ahead of it, this is still promo. It might not be the kind you ask for, but you can't fold under it. You can't tap out. And to Jim's credit, he hasn't backed down. Still, it feels like he got zero chill. It feels like this might keep escalating, and honestly, I don't even know where it stops. This whole thing is wild. Like, what are we really watching? I'm trying to stay positive about it, but come on, what is going through 50's mind sometimes? Even from the beginning, when he first jumped out saying they were squatting, I had never seen somebody open with that angle. Most people would just trade jabs. They flipped it and ran with it. But who even thinks to go there first? I've never been around someone who immediately says, nah, they're squatting over there. This is next level. Y'all let me know how you see it. At the end of the day, it's entertainment. At least it's not spilling into street drama. Nobody's pulling up on each other. They're keeping it digital. And the truth is, everybody benefits in some way. The audience gets the show, the analytics spike, more eyes land on whatever projects they've got cooking.